One of Xbox's biggest upcoming games, Fable, was recently delayed to 2026. It's said that Playground Games now has more time to refine the game before release. However, rumors suggest that the delay isn't just for polishing or to deliver a well-crafted experience for players. Instead, it appears that PlayStation might be Microsoft's new target, and we could soon see Fable launching not only on Xbox and PC, but also on PlayStation. This marks a complete shift in Xbox's policy and further supports the idea I've been sharing for months, that this move could signal the end of Xbox as a traditional console. Microsoft's intentions with its games are becoming clearer. In recent years, the company has heavily invested in studio acquisitions, spending massive amounts on Bethesda and Activision Blizzard, as well as on smaller but significant studios with multiple franchises. Now, with Microsoft focusing on bringing its games to other platforms to generate more revenue, possibly to recover the money spent on these acquisitions, it's likely that these delays are actually meant to allow for development on additional console versions. This would enable simultaneous launches across multiple platforms. While it's unlikely that Sony will follow the same path, Microsoft is taking control of this strategy. Only time will tell if it will pay off. For context, back in December, journalist Jeff Grubb, who has various industry sources, claimed that a high-profile Microsoft title was being delayed from 2025 to 2026. Many speculated that it could be the next Gears of War, but recent statements and reports suggest that Fable is the real game in question. Additionally, insider Nate the Hate, known for past accurate leaks, stated on ResetEra that Fable was still planned for 2025 as of December. Since there's no confirmed release date for Gears of War, many believed that it too might not make it to 2025. However, according to Nate, Microsoft is delaying Fable to ensure a simultaneous release on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation 5. He highlighted that a PlayStation 5 version of Fable was already in the works for 2026, and now they're simply aligning all releases. This move reinforces Microsoft's ongoing approach of expanding its previously exclusive games across multiple platforms. If true, and I believe it is, considering Forza Horizon is already making its way to PlayStation, Indiana Jones is expected to follow, and Doom is set to release there in the coming months. Then Fable will likely be next. If major Xbox exclusives start launching day one on PlayStation, we'll see a complete shift. Every major Xbox game studio's release could become a multi-platform title, solidifying the idea that Xbox is no longer a platform or a closed ecosystem of exclusives. Instead, Microsoft could transform into a third-party publisher, similar to EA, Ubisoft, or Activision. This would reinforce the notion that owning an Xbox console is unnecessary. Microsoft has already been promoting the idea that everything is an Xbox: your TV, your PC, your phone. With day one releases on PlayStation, more players may transition to Sony's platform. The old concern of missing out on Halo or Forza would no longer be relevant. Microsoft is doubling down on this strategy, which could bring short-term financial success but might ultimately mark the end of Xbox as a console. As I've previously mentioned on this channel, I see this as bad news. Console competition is crucial, and if Xbox steps away from the market, Sony could establish a near monopoly over mainstream AAA gaming. This debate, money versus competition, will continue for a long time. Expanding to all platforms increases revenue, but will it outweigh the loss of console sales and the impact on market competition? Will Sony rest on its market leadership and stop improving its games and consoles? Will future generations of consoles become increasingly outdated? Of course, there will always be minor upgrades, but even with the current PS5 generation, we haven't seen a massive graphical leap. This makes me wonder if this is really the best direction. From a consumer perspective, having the option to choose your platform is generally better. Now, for example, you might be able to play on PlayStation or even the rumored Nintendo Switch 2. Microsoft expanding its reach could benefit players, but we'll have to see if it pays off. For the Xbox brand, however, this is a major decision. It's about whether people will still buy into its ecosystem. Microsoft is essentially shifting towards becoming a publisher rather than a console manufacturer, and this could have a lasting impact on the brand. On the bright side, looking at the gameplay of Fable, I personally liked most of what was shown. It has potential, the gameplay looks fun, and the world is engaging. There are, of course, some concerns about character visuals, but overall it's great that PlayStation players will have another game to enjoy. However, for Xbox fans who used to buy consoles for exclusives, this shift might push them toward purchasing a PlayStation instead. For consumers, this is great news. For PlayStation users, it's fantastic. But for the Xbox brand and ecosystem, this move could ultimately cannibalize its own console. I'm really curious to see how Microsoft's strategy plays out in the coming months and years as they transition from physical hardware to a fully digital ecosystem. Mark my words, if the day ever comes when Sony announces that Game Pass is coming to PlayStation, that will be the moment when the Xbox console ecosystem is officially abandoned. At that point, there will be no reason for anyone to buy an Xbox. Right now, Game Pass remains exclusive to Xbox Series X and S in terms of consoles, but if it expands to PlayStation, and Phil Spencer has already expressed interest in making that happen, then Xbox, as we know it, will be finished. Of course, this is a huge topic that will spark a lot of discussion, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share your opinions in the comments and join the debate. Also, check out our personal channels. Links are in the video description. Hope you all have a great day and good luck on the battlefield. See you next time.